Yes, people. Welcome back to the We Talk Football podcast. I know what you're thinking. Look, we're in person.
Come
on. I think it's the first time in 5 months.
Yeah, since September.
Man, it feels different. I feel like we've both got used to the Zoom protocols where it's just sit down, stick the laptop on, start recording. Like we've been setting up, moving this around for about an hour. Yeah. Craig's got a bad back. It's been a nightmare.
You say like we got used to Zoom calls. I never got used to the process. I was always there with laggy internet.
Yeah. I mean, Craig who struggles perpetually throughout whatever form of recording we do. But hopefully now that things are starting to reopen, we get to the point where we can start doing more in-person recordings like this. And we've got a few good ideas in the pipeline, but for now, I think we're going to build up the Chelsea game and build up the West Ham game tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea are taking on Crystal Palace. What do you think, mate?
Well, obviously we bounced back midweek against Porto. It was a great win. The performance might not have been there, but the result in the Champions League quarterfinal was all that matters, and it was good. The people who got on the score sheet was kind of good as well in terms of Mason Mount getting his first ever Champions League goals, and Ben Chilwell scored a fantastic goal against shades of Fernando Torres in 2012. And so I thought the team should be buoyed. Obviously, our last outing in the Premier League was pretty poor. It's been well documented. We got slapped up by West Brom. But I feel like against Crystal Palace, a team that got nothing to play for, a team that perpetually seems to have nothing to play for, we should get a result against them. And if we don't, that'll be a massive blow in terms of our top four hopes. So yeah, I'm confident going into that game. Probably be a typical Tuchel game where we don't look that impressive, but we don't concede a goal and probably win 1 or 2-0. So yeah, I'm pretty confident going ahead of it, going into it. We haven't got any injury doubts. The only kind of person that'll be missing is Thiago Silva through suspension. Yeah. So if I've got a full fit squad, there's no reason why I shouldn't win this game pretty comfortably. What do you think?
Yeah, it's difficult with Crystal Palace because, like you said, we're getting to the crunch time part of the season, and they're perpetually, mid-table. They never seem to be in a relegation battle, but they never seem to challenge for anything else. So it just depends what their ambitions are. It depends if they're going to have Zaha available. I know he played last weekend, and I know they had 1 draw. Selfishly, I want Crystal Palace to come in all guns blazing. Obviously, I think it'd be a great result for us, but I am struggling not to see a Chelsea win. I think last weekend obviously was a blip. Yeah. And as much as a lot's been made of the result, I think not enough praise has been given to West Brom. West Brom, were the better side. They deservedly won for a reason. I think the one thing that could prove, not even that. I think it's more just Chelsea get to the crunch point of the season. They need to win games, and I think last week will be the point. That's where they've realised we can't take our foot off the pedal. So I'm going to go with the Chelsea win.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 2-0 win. I think more of the same for. Well, there's the tripod gone.
I'm gonna literally, as we're recording, I'm gonna turn that light back on. The joys of.
It's because the PS4, bro.
The joys of recording live.
Yeah, these are the joys of recording live. But anyway, yeah, I'm going with a 2-0 win for
Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on here? There we go. We're back in business.
We're back.
We're back in business.
We're back.
I'll add some fancy music or cut or something, but yeah, you might see that, you might not. But yeah, 2-0 win I'm going with for Chelsea. What are you saying?
I'm probably going to go the same scoreline. It's probably the first time we agree on anything. But yeah, I think it's going to be 2-0 to Chelsea. We slapped up Palace earlier this season 4-0. It was pretty comfortable at Stamford Bridge when Frank Lampard was in charge. And again, Palace have nothing to play for. So yeah, 2-0 Chelsea win. It should be more than that, but we all know about our deficiencies going forward. It'll be interesting to see if Timo Werner and Kai Havertz play a part in this game, just because against Porto midweek, it was glaringly obvious how out of form they both are. Kai Havertz, me, you and Louis had an in-depth discussion about what he actually brings to Chelsea. And Louis is very convinced that he is a player, there's a player in there. I may be less so. I feel like you feel the same as well in terms of we need to see more. It's all well and good seeing Bundesliga highlights of him doing fancy flicks and scoring goals, but it's the Premier League, it's a different animal. So it'll be interesting to see if Tammy Abraham gets given a run out.
That was my next question. Leading, when does Tammy start getting a chance?
I would love to see Tammy play this game. I don't see any reason. If Tammy doesn't play this game or play a part in this game or is not in the squad, then he's gone. I think this is the perfect game to start Tammy Abraham. Just because, again, Palace have nothing to play for. I feel like his traits lend themselves quite well to playing against a team like Palace, whose centre-backs lack pace. They're physical, but they lack pace. So the ball in behind could be pretty effective against them, even though they do play a pretty low block. I feel like Tammy Abraham is perfectly suited to this game. And if he doesn't play, then I think massive questions have to be asked about his Chelsea future.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tammy Abraham's still your top scorer this season.
Yeah, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane.
And as much as I give him a hard time, it's it's all jokes aside. Like I think he's a top striker. I would take him at West Ham. Let's be honest. There's been loads of newspaper reports all week about that.
Yeah.
I would take him. I think he could definitely offer something.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, even when Werner wasn't firing Chelsea at the start of the season and he was being played out on the left, at least Tammy was scoring goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Well, how many goals do you reckon Tammy Abraham, if he started, say, about 35 games for West Ham in the season, how many goals do you reckon he'd get for West Ham?
He would get goals, yeah.
15 and anywhere between 15 and 20, or maybe.
It's hard to get 15 and 20 for anyone.
That's true.
I would anticipate at least 10 though. At least 10, yeah.
At least.
Again, we're not going to go into the Antonio Tammy debate, but I think just look at the goals that Antonio's got, and I would actually say that Antonio's got, and I just look at Tammy Abraham, I would actually say he's probably a little bit more clinical, a little bit more of a natural striker than what Antonio is. So
I think what you sacrifice with Tammy is like the work rate that Antonio brings West Ham. But we're
agreeing on things.
I know. It's like in person. When it's on Zoom, we're just like sending for each other. In person,
mate. Well, the one thing I don't appreciate, everyone, and I'm sure you don't appreciate, is this guy's outfit. He's come downstairs in a t-shirt. I like the t-shirt, but he's come down in a kimono. Like
quarter life crisis. Look at the haircut. I look like I'm going insane right now. But
you look like you've spent 3 months in lockdown.
Yeah, for sure. But April 12th can't come soon enough. This bar will be gone, fresh gums, smelling good, looking good, feeling nice. But yeah, this Chelsea game should also contribute to me feeling nice because I feel like we're going to get a win in this. I think it's going to be 2-0. Again, I don't think our striker's going to get goals. Probably like a Jorginho penalty and a Reece James goal, something like that. But we should win this game pretty comfortably.
It's 2-0. So you're anticipating that you're going to win games. What do you think about the big game for West Ham tomorrow? I
feel like West Ham it's so strange because obviously there's reports of Antonio being out for an extended period of time, and we all know that Declan Rice is out. Fingers crossed from an England point of view that he's back for the Euros, or back fit for the Euros. I think West Ham are on such a roll. I think you're going to get a win in the game. You're currently sitting fourth right now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we are sitting fourth, and just to jump on that point a little bit, West Ham insider Sean Whetstone of Claret and Hugh, shout out Claret and Hugh, he came out the other day and said that there's the reports are that Antonio's got a grade 2 tear. I don't think he specified what, but he could face up to 2 months out, and obviously that throws the rest of our season into turmoil, really, being that it'd be the second time since January that we've had to play games without a recognised striker, senior striker anyway.
It lends itself to the question like, why did you not bring in a striker? Obviously, the Hilaire thing's well documented. We've gone over it so many times. Yeah. But it's what? So is Yarmolenko going to probably be out top for you then?
Yarmolenko's out for the season already. Yeah. So I think our only recognised striker that would be, if reports are to be believed, I think it'd be Odebeku. But this season, I know there's been a lot of issues with squads like in the under 23 because he plays for the under 23s. Had a good game the other day. Scored a hat-trick actually.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of...
was he from Manchester United, Odebeku?
Yeah, came from the same... So, for references, anyone that doesn't know who Odebeku is, he was in the same year as Mason Greenwood, very highly rated at United, and he chose to leave. But there was a point in the academy, well, obviously Greenwood has then progressed, of course, but at that point, I think they were both on an even tangent, and I think Odebeku went for greener pastures where he would see more opportunity. But I think he's our only recognised striker. But I know there's a lot of complications with things like COVID at the moment.
Yeah.
When you have players in the under 23s playing for the senior squad, and I think it increases the chances. And I think it proves that I think that puts a lot of obstacles in the way. So I think he's probably our only recognised out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I can see us probably playing like with a false nine, maybe putting a Jared Bowen up top, or even playing like a Jesse Lingard there maybe, or something like that.
It's difficult.
That's if Antonio's out.
Yeah.
Obviously going into the game, it's a tough game because Leicester have been great. We spanked them earlier in the season. I think it was 3-0 if I recall.
Yeah.
But again, we had a full strength side. That's with Declan Rice, with Antonio.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be a tough game because Leicester have got ambitions of finishing in the top 4.
That's it.
Yeah, and in recent weeks, I know everyone's expecting them to fall away and do what Leicester do, but you know they've suffered injuries, and then people like Ian Atcher have stood up over a month and got Player of the Month. You know, so they look like a strong side. I think it's gonna be a tough game. I do honestly think it's gonna be a tough one for us to actually get any sort of result out of.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find if we're at home or away. I can't remember.
You're at home. I was going to ask you a question though. Are you worried about Ian Nacho?
As striker?
In terms of like, against, because obviously he's in a rich vein of form, but he's one of these strikers that like you need to probably see it for a half a season or a full season to fully believe it. But when these kind of strikers do hit form, they almost become unstoppable. So
in the purple patch, yeah.
Yeah. So you're nervous about him in terms of.
Well, I think the only thing in our squad that I'm not really nervous about at the moment is defensively. I think defensively we're pretty solid. Fabianski in goal, I really can't complain. I think he's one of the best keepers in the league.
Yeah.
Very underappreciated. Played many years.
Yeah.
I feel confident playing most teams right now, other than City, if I'm honest.
Did the second half against Wolves concern you though? Because there's almost shades of Arsenal where like you gave up a 3-goal lead. Obviously, second half against Wolves, they were on top a little bit.
Do you know what? That game was it was a telling sign of how shallow our squad is, because Antonio went off at 2-0.
Yeah.
And obviously we made a great start. We made a great start against Arsenal, great start against Wolves. Went 3-0 up in both games, but the Wolves game went 2-0 up. Antonio got injured, and we were still on the front foot. Yeah. So Bowen obviously then went and scored, but then we looked like a different side once Antonio was off leading, not being able to lead the line, and also I think the lack of depth in our squad is somewhat becoming a bit more apparent in terms of, we're a team that you've got to realise that work under David Moyes, and it's just relentless work rate.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of games, it looks like we are getting a little bit more tired in the second half, whether that's a result of players playing in international breaks or whatever, or whether it's just the fact that the season's starting to catch up with us. I know every other team's playing with it. I'm not putting out excuses, but it is concerning.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we've conceded 5 goals over 2 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've just outscored the opponents on.
Yeah.
When we didn't Arsenal, but
yeah.
I do think it'll be a tough game against Leicester, and I'm not going to predict a win on this one, believe it or not.
What are you going to go for?
I'm going to back us for a draw. I'm going to 1-1 draw, I think.
Literally, we're going for the same thing. I was going to say 1-1, but now, like you've said that, I don't agree with you on two results. I'm going to go 2-2 draw. I think the teams are evenly matched. I do feel like Leicester can. If West Ham, as much as obviously I like a draw in this game, I would prefer a West Ham win to kind of bring Leicester back into it. So as opposed to like 3 teams or 4 teams chasing for 1 spot, the 3 or 4 teams chasing for 2 spots. I feel like a West Ham win will do that. So I'm rooting for West Ham winning this game, but I do think it's going to be a draw. And I feel like if West Ham do get a win in it, it will kind of cast a shadow of a doubt within Leicester players' minds, like last season where they were so far ahead. They were like second in the league for so long, and they got caught by Manchester United and Chelsea in the end. So West Ham win will do a lot for the chasing pack, but I do think it's going to end up being a draw. I think both teams are pretty evenly matched, even though you are missing 2 of your best players. And yeah, I can see a 2-2 draw in this game.
Mad. Okay, so you're going 2-2 draw. I'm going 1-1 draw. For Chelsea, we're both going 2-0 wins. I think this is the first time ever in We Talk Football history.
No, not even We Talk Football history. Our friendship.
Our friendship. Yeah, 20 years of friendship that we're actually in agreement on anything. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah. And we'll catch you next time. Oh, where can they find us?
It's so strange doing this in person.
Yeah.
Where can they find us? On Instagram, it's at We Talk Football Podcast. On Twitter, it's WTF Podcast 90. We are on TikTok now.
Oh, we're on TikTok. I made a TikTok for the. Have you got the sticker book?
Yes, the stickers are just there.
Let me grab it. Well, we started doing Kwaku's idea. A hark back to our childhood. We started doing the Euro 2020 Panini sticker book, and we're going to try and fill the book out.
Yeah.
Try and create little reels, little TikTok videos, just stick it out there. Something different, something fun.
Yeah.
To get involved in the Euro tournament coming up. So yeah, check that out on TikTok. You can find links to it on our link tree on Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, in the meantime, guys, like, subscribe as usual. Thanks for all the support, and we'll catch you next time.
Please make sure you subscribe. So the channel's grown, but it's not growing as quick as we like, and over 50% of the people who watch our videos don't actually subscribe to the channel. So make sure you subscribe to it, and yeah, we'll be back with more videos. What I was saying.
Exactly. Facts. Peace, guys. This is the point where we realise.
I thought it was pretty good though.
Yeah.